I think the Bears definitely didn't have as bad of a draft experience as Shedeur Sanders did.
No, and I want to get to that.
I know you want to talk about that.
Yeah,
I know you want to talk about that. So.
Just overall, like, what were your thoughts? I mean, obviously the Shedeur one was the headliner, but like, was there any big surprises from any other teams or any other players in the draft that you saw that was like, wow, how did this person slip, or how did this person, why did this team make this pick? Like, was there any other drafts that you've seen from other teams that have really shocked you, or any surprising ones?
Well, I thought Mike Green was surprising that he fell. That was before I knew that he had, let's call it off-field issues.
Yeah.
So then when I realized that, then I was like, okay, that makes sense why he slipped a little bit. I wasn't necessarily so surprised because we knew this was going to be a heavy offensive tackle draft in the first couple of rounds.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that the running back class was going to be good and was going to be sprinkled throughout. We knew that the quarterbacks were not good. Now, the surprising thing to me was that Tyler Shuck went 40th overall to the Saints.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore, I don't know what you see, buddy, but whatever. And then I think the story of the draft was Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
That was clearly the story of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody was talking about it. My mom was talking about it. Like, you couldn't go on social media without seeing a meme or a post or anything about Shedeur Sanders. So, I mean, that really had no bearing on the Bears necessarily because they weren't going to take a quarterback.
No,
they have Caleb. They just signed Case Keenum to be their backup.
Yeah,
whatever you think of Shedeur as a player,
mm-hmm.
he brings a lot of attention.
He does.
And that attention would not have been good for this Bears team with Caleb as their unquestioned starter.
Sure.
Now, teams without unquestioned starters, I thought should have drafted him a little earlier. But again, the Shedeur thing, the Bears are not one of the teams that were ever going to take him. So I'm not surprised they didn't take him. But
yeah, and honestly though, throughout this whole thing, like I understand because the rumors were he had like terrible like interviews with some of the teams he met with, and even Deion Sanders has went on and said, hey, my son's not going to play for these teams. So honestly, I don't think that was the greatest way to go about it.
No. Not great marketing. Though.
Yeah, not the best, but I am very shocked about his drop. I think for me, it's not like he had terrible stats. I mean, last year at Colorado, he had 37 touchdowns. I mean.
He was good.
He was a good quarterback, and I also saw a stat line that out of the whole entire draft, Colorado had the most wide receivers selected.
Yeah.
Who do you think was behind the ball, throwing it to them? So I don't know. I feel like for me personally, I'm glad he got picked up. It's really weird how I don't know.
They took a quarterback before him, though.
Yeah, the thing. They took a quarterback before him.
Yeah.
They traded down and didn't get Travis Hunter, which whatever. I guess.
Well, they got a haul to get rid of Travis Hunter, but at the same time.
Yeah, I would have risked it there. But yeah, I mean that whole quarterback room is weird. You have Deshaun Watson who's injured, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and then Shedeur Sanders. So that'll be an interesting competition
I think
for the
teams
offseason.
Just didn't want to deal with him.
His.
And again, I'm not saying I agree, but they didn't want to deal with the camera crew. And the fact that Deion's his dad, and he's this hot shot. And I think Shedeur is one of the most unique prospects we have ever seen. Not the best, one of the most unique.
Mm-hmm.
His dad's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, for sure.
He was a Heisman runner-up, or he was a Heisman finalist, I believe.
Yeah.
Played with the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yep.
Is very, let's say, outspoken.
Yeah.
Let's say I'd say you could call him brash. I feel like that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, in the history of the NFL, guys with his ability have gone much higher than he did.
Yeah.
So there was clearly an underlying kind of line drawn in the sand with these teams where they're like, we don't want this.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, we don't want it.
Yeah.
And I'll give credit to the Browns because the Browns are in no position to be picky about stuff like that.
No, not
Beggars
at all.
Cannot be choosers.
No.
He is probably the best quarterback they've had in quite some time.
Yeah.
I don't like Dylan Gabriel at all, so I think he'll have no problem beating him out.
Mm-hmm.
And, the jersey, I don't know if you've seen the jersey with the Browns. They have about 40 names on there.
Yeah.
He'll be the 41st come September, October.
Yep.
But, yeah, teams like the Browns, I mean, it just you can't. I thought the Raiders passed on him like 6 times.
Yeah, I thought that was
even
weird.
though they have Geno, which he's only on a 2-year deal. So the whole Shedeur kind of saga was very intriguing to me. But
And that prank, I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, that was bogus. Y'all prank wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that.
Prank phone call was bogus, and then
you saw who it was, right?
Yeah, the Arthur.
Jeff Ulbricht's
the defensive coordinator. Yeah,
his son. Yeah,
crazy.
That's insane. And apparently they did it to Tyler Warren too.
Really?
They said that we're the Jets and we're taking you at 7. Like that's you guys are so wrong.
Come on now. I know we're in the prank era and we want to prank, but come on, dude. It's like it's the one night where your life can completely change, and then you want to mess it up by.
You know what I would do? Close. I would hire somebody to fake propose to him, like 5 years down the line, just to get him back. Like have a girl go undercover, date him for 3 years, then propose to him and be like, psych, just to have him feel the same.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe I'm evil. I don't know.
Yeah, because a lot of people were saying like, do you punish the dad in this situation?
Well, the dad, I think he just left his. I think they said he just left his iPad open, and the kid wrote down the number.
Wrote down the number.
So I don't know if that's the dad's fault necessarily, but that was bogus. That was the worst part of the draft. It was like, come on, dude. But I think that pretty much does it. We went through all the Bears draft picks. Let us know what you guys think in the comments about the Bears draft. Each player. Did you like the trades? Did you like the picks? Did you like not taking a running back? Are you a big DeAndre Swift fan? Maybe you're DeAndre Swift's mom and you're watching this show. And if you are, then I'm sorry. Your son's much more talented than I'll ever be. So
I thought I don't know where I thought you were going with that, and I thought you were like, I'm sorry, he's trash. You're like,
whoa, no.
Like, dude, all right, Mike.
Show some respect to his mom. No, dude. That's crazy. But that's gonna do it for me, Justin. You got anything to wrap us up?
No, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, subscribing, liking. We appreciate it.
We just hit 300 subs.
Yeah, 300 subs.
Wanted to shout that out. Thank you guys.
Thank you. And 500 on TikTok. So thank you guys so much for the support. We appreciate you all. And we'll see you next time.